Good morning, good morning, good morning. Happy Thursday, everyone. Happy Thursday. It's Friday, Junior. It's Friday, Junior. I think I saw a Bitmoji graph that said it's Friday, Junior. So I just want to say happy Thursday, everybody. It's one day before the weekend, one day past hump day. This morning, this broadcast is probably going to be one of the most crucial broadcasts as it relates to what we've been talking about since day one. Talking about your self image, how you see yourself. But this week, we really dialed in on knowing yourself. Not just seeing yourself, but knowing yourself. Oh, I have to do a very, very special shout out to my sis this morning. There's a birthday in the building. There's a birthday in the building. My sister Kaylisha Kelly. Happy birthday, boo. Happy birthday. She finally turned 21. She's legal drinking age. First round's on me. Wait. I'm going to take that back. Technically, she's slightly older than 21. She's 22, but I've seen her drink. I might can't afford. But special shout out to you, Kaylisha. Y'all send some birthday love out to Kay this morning. Y'all definitely do that. Boom. I'm gonna send some hearts out to you this morning. What's good, fam? How's everybody doing today? It's good to see you. Glad you're here. Welcome to another episode of Morning Motivation. I'm your host, Jamon. And for those of you who don't know me, I am a certified personal and development coach specializing in family, fatherhood, success. I'm a published author. I'm a speaker. Matter of fact, I'm an award winning speaker. But my greatest accomplishment, honestly, I'm a pawpaw. Yes, I have two granddaughters. I'm waiting on that grandson, though. I have two granddaughters whom I love dearly. I'm a father to five children, and I'm married to one of the most beautiful women in the world. My life is blessed. I can't ask for anything more other than to be here with you, doing what I love, helping people become the best versions of themselves. So shout out to Gary Johnson for being in the space this morning. That chick, yo, what's good? How's everybody doing this morning? And yes, my sister, I am. My hands are lubricated. So thank you for that reminder a couple of weeks ago. I tell you, between you and Craig, y'all gonna keep me on my toes. So I really, really appreciate it. And to all of you, thank you for being here once again. Don't forget, if you like the show, send me that thumbs up. If you have comments, please feel free to put them in the chat. If you haven't subscribed yet, please do. And if you haven't shared it, definitely share some of these. Share some of your favorite episodes on your social media timeline spaces. Feel free, clip it. Just don't make me look bad. But share, do what you want to do. So today, I want to really get into something, and it's kind of fun for me to really get into because it's related around one of my favorite movies. Do we have any Matrix fans in the building? Anybody who's actually watched the Matrix trilogies and they feel a way about it? Like, I believe hands down the Matrix is probably one of my all-time favorite movies. I know a lot of people in the YouTube space, they go by the term red pill community, blue pill community, purple pill community. This is not that kind of show. However, I got to get into character just a little bit. Just a little bit. So y'all give me a little latitude. I want to go in my Morpheus mode real quick. And I want to ask you a question. When you look in the mirror, what do you see? When you look at the world, what do you see? What do you see when you look around? Ladies and gentlemen, that is the question of the day. What do you see? And I'm going to take these off. I think I look pretty cool in them, but I'm going to take them off because they're getting in the way of the point. What do you see when you look into the world, when you look into the mirror? What do you really see? Because as you know, our topic for the day is what you see is what you get. Gary said, I've seen them all. Yeah, man. The Matrix is my favorite series. It's my favorite movie series. The Matrix 1 will forever be the favorite though, because it's a classic movie, not only because your boy Keanu is in there, he's a great actor. Yeah, maybe he's a good actor. Maybe great is stretching it. He's a really good actor. He's an entertaining person to watch. He's really good with his craft. He's mastered being him and being the characters, although some of them are kind of similar. However, he plays them well. But that's all any of us can hope to do. Take the shots and the opportunities that we get and maximize it and be remembered for something great. And so my thing about The Matrix, there was this one scene when Morpheus finds Neo in the real world. And it goes and they get him out of he wakes up, the pod, the little machine comes down, unscrews him, basically flushes him down the toilet. Morpheus and the gang go rescue him, pick him up, and he bringing him in. And Neo asks, "Why do my eyes hurt?" And Neo says, "Because you've never used them. Because you've never used them." Neo has to be almost 30 in this timeline, but he's never used his eyes. The irony of the first 30 minutes of the movie, when it comes in and he's giving the little digital cards to the guy and the girl to come to the door, and he goes to the club, meets Trinity, and then he meets Morpheus, and I mean all of this. The first 30 minutes of this movie, did y'all realize that he's actually asleep? He's in a pod, so asleep. All this is happening right here. The movie The Matrix was about a digital computer generated simulation. And you got millions of humans in these pods. And they're being fed these dreams, keeping them calm and comfortable and fed, giving them just what they need so they don't wake up. That's why I love The Matrix, because it's so spot on to how I've always felt about life. I've always felt like there was just something I'm missing, something I'm not seeing, something above the surface, and I'm so close to it, but I keep missing it. And I felt that way for a very long time. Helen Keller. Many of you know who Helen Keller is or was. She was born in, I think, 1880. But at 19 months old, she was afflicted with a very high fever. And in the late 1800s, medical health care was not the greatest, not what it is now. Today it's still suspect sometimes, but amazing things happen now. But as a baby, 19-month-old toddler, if you will, she had a super high fever. And by the time the fever left her, it left her deaf and blind, meaning she couldn't hear and she couldn't see. And in that time period, you were basically thrown away. You didn't have a chance to live a good life. But one of the quotes that I love the most in life, and I didn't know who it was from for a very long time. But when I found out it was her, I got it. I understood. The quote was, the only thing worse than being blind is having sight but no vision. I'm going to say that again. The only thing worse than being blind is having sight with no vision. Now, Helen Keller, she went on to champion movements, create foundations. I mean, she was rubbing elbows with presidents. She was making cultural impacts. And she couldn't hear a word anybody was saying. She couldn't see what they were doing, but she had vision. And that's what I want to really get into today. The vision you have for your life, the vision you have for yourself. The image when you look in the mirror, what do you see? So I'm going to ask again, have you actually used your eyes? Or are you assimilating a construct that's been given to you by your genetics, your family, your mother, father, the people who raised you, grandparents maybe, your community, your school, your church, your job? Have you actually looked in the mirror and saw the real you? I know many of us spend a lot of time in the mirror, but have we seen the real person that's looking back at them? Not the person that you putting makeup on and you trying to cover flaws and blemishes, or you regretting the hairline that might be starting to go back that way a little bit. Have you looked past all of those things? The big nose, the big lips, the small lips, the big ears. Have you looked past that stuff and saw the real you? Because this shell we call a body, it's not the real us. This is just our passport. This is our ticket to walk on the earth. But the real us is inside. The real earth is the spirit person. Have you seen that person? Have you seen how beautiful that person is? How talented that person is? How determined and dedicated that person is? Put a one in the chat. Put a one in the chat if when you look in the mirror, you see the real you. Put a two if you're still struggling just a little bit. Be honest. Be honest. If you look in the mirror and see the real you, put a one in the chat. But put a two if you're still struggling just a little bit. Just a little bit. We're not talking about you don't like what you see, because I say that openly and honestly because for so many years, when I would look in the mirror, I didn't like what I saw. When I put on certain clothing, I didn't like what I saw. If I didn't have a fresh lineup, I didn't like what I saw. And so that required me to go out into the public spaces searching for validation, or staying away from the public spaces thinking that I would be picked on, ridiculed, talked about. I've always asked the question, oh, okay, appreciate that chick, yo, she put a two. Yeah, I get it. She's being honest. Craig G, you put a three, bruh. So I'm going to assume it's a combination of one and two. Sometimes you like what you see, and sometimes you don't. I'm going to go that way. I'm going to take it that route, because it's very common. It's very accurate. Neither one, two, or three are wrong answers. There are no wrong answers in what we're this conversation today, because it's about what you see, what you see, what you feel about yourself. Yes, sir. I thought that what you meant a mix. When I used to watch, I'm gonna go back to the Matrix for a second. When I used to watch the Matrix, I was always confused when we got to the third Matrix and he actually met the guy who was actually the AI, the the builder, the creator, whatever his, I can't think of his name right now. But he told Neo that to prevent the destruction of Zion, he would need to pick out a certain number of people to restart. And that old world, that old programming will be eliminated and a new timeline will begin. Neo didn't go for it for one reason only. His predecessors, they fought, they rebelled, but eventually they ended up going for it or they were destroyed. Neo was the one because he chose a total different route. He didn't choose to fight, continually fighting the machines. He didn't choose to take the 37 or how many other people and start over. He chose Trinity, which was the love of his life, which was the person that rescued him, the person that he was willing to do anything for. And that love is what broke the system. It's what got the peace. He was the one because he could perceive all the chinks in the armor of the Matrix. He knew that this is not air that I'm breathing. I'm not physically tired. I can move around those bullets. Those bullets can't affect me. And even when he got into the real life, it translated because in the later scenes, I think in 2, he puts his hands up and he stops the real life machine in his tracks. So there's some overlap that I really want to get into today. We talking red pill, waking up. So this will be a red pill conversation this morning. This will be the conversation that is not easy to have because it makes us examine who we really are and face that we've been hiding. We've been staying asleep. We've been letting culture and society dictate how we move, what's acceptable. When the real secret is when people actually begin to be themselves, you break the system. The beauty industry makes trillions of dollars a year, millions of dollars a month, betting on the insecurity of women, betting on the insecurity of men, putting images out there that are flawless, that are perfect, that are photoshopped, and expecting real life people to be those things. And so now we look at ourselves and we nitpick everything about us. We're in the Matrix, ladies and gentlemen. That is called the Matrix. The Matrix is a computer simulation. It is a fictitious thing that we get caught up into, and we're trying to keep unreal standards. Very few people in the world are asymmetrical, or symmetrical, meaning they have everything even, meaning they have flawless skin, meaning one breast, chest muscle and the other one, they're the exact same size. They look the same, one leg, one arm, toes. Very few people are perfectly symmetrical. In fact, most people, it is normal to have different sized body parts. It is abnormal if you don't. But what pop culture will tell us is that it is unnatural if we're not perfect. It's unnatural if we don't have this perfection gene or this clutch gene or this nobody has a bad day, a bad hair day. Your hair always falls perfect. No, that is so far from the truth. And so as you can already see, this day is going to be a little bit more in your face. The call to action is going to be a little bit more personal. So before we get too deep inside, I pause. I want to I'm so immature sometimes. Y'all help me. But yeah, we're going to get into these gratitudes. And I think I figured out my music. I think I know why my music has been so loud. I've been playing I have two devices on my desk. I'm gonna show y'all my setup one of these days. I have a Stream Deck on one side that I was using with my previous mixer, but now I got this Rodecaster Pro over here that has its own soundboard. And so what I'm doing is I'm combining music from both boards, and one is higher than the other. So I think we got it. I'm gonna test it out in a little bit, but I think I got it figured out now. So as I say that, let's get ready to go into these gratitudes. And like per usual, I'm going to give you the first 20, 30 seconds to start saying yours before I join in. All right? Let's get to it. I'm grateful. I'm grateful just to be able to see another day. I'm grateful that I entered this day with health, strength, vitality, a heart to do good. I'm grateful for the family that I have. I'm grateful for the love that they have for me. I'm grateful for my parents, my friends. I'm grateful for my job. I'm grateful for the ability to provide an income for those that love me and that I love. I'm grateful for relationships and growth. I am grateful for my past, my present, and my future. I'm grateful for new partnerships. I'm grateful for exponential growth. I'm grateful that I am becoming the person that I've always wanted to be. I'm grateful that my life is mine and I get to choose which path I take. I'm grateful. All right, welcome back. Welcome back. I'm grateful to be here. So I want to get into some definitions just so we have a good understanding of where we are. What is sight? Sight is a function of the eyes. It is just your ability to see through these round things in your head. Sight, however, as amazing as it is to be able to see the colors and the shapes, to to see the depth of field. I mean, just to see delicious foods and beautiful people and exotic lands and fruits. I mean, sight is amazing. I would not really want, if I had to lose something, my eyesight would not be one of them. I probably be the last thing I'd want to lose. However, sight is limited because as we get older, those eyes get weaker, and now we have to wear aids to help us. Sight is also limited by environment, time. You can only keep your eyes open for so long before your eyes are irritated and they start burning, and you have to close them. You know, sight is limited. But vision, however, vision is the sight of the mind's eye. It is a function of the mind's eye. Vision is the ability to see into the future, the ability to go further than you could have with just regular sight. So, which is why Helen Keller's comment about the worst thing than being blind is to have sight but no vision. Because it's the vision that takes you from here to there. Remember the bird that I was talking about a couple of days ago that was standing in this cold water, just stalking fish? Just he had these little twig like legs, and he was just standing in this water that was a little chilly, I thought. But to him, it wasn't because he stood there for 30 minutes without moving, just still, just looking. His head moved a little bit, but most of his eyes was moving. And he would watch the fish, and then when he finally seen the one he wanted to strike at, he got it, and he was gone. That's sight. Seeing what's in front of you, being able to get it. But vision was the person that decided, you know what? I don't want to stand in this water. So I'm going to envision some kind of land mass that I can bring out. It's not land because the land will sink to the bottom. But I need something that floats on top of the water so I too can stand there and watch the fish and find the one I want to catch. You see, that was vision that created docks and piers and boat docks, planes, trains, automobiles. That's vision. Being able to see in your mind's eye things that you want to happen. Now, the truly rare people, the people that you would call the one, like a Neo, they have something a little bit more than vision. They have perception. And perception is the ability to look at something and really see it, like feel it. Like Neo could look at the machines and he saw past Smith. He didn't see just an officer anymore. He actually saw the energy of the machine and knew it was a machine. That's perception. He knew that he wasn't going to get shot. Remember the jump scene? Morpheus ran, he jumped probably 60 feet in the air onto another building, and Neo was like, whoa. He said, Neo, you have to free your mind, and you can do it too. So Neo was like, okay, I got it. He takes off, run, he jumps, and he falls and crashes straight down to the ground. And when he wakes up, he's like, oh, he's grabbing his face. He was like, why does my mouth hurt? He said, I thought this wasn't real. Morpheus says, your mind makes it real. Your mind makes it real. So you see, ladies and gentlemen, this is why we've been strategically building this model for this show. We talked about how you see yourself the first week, the image you have of yourself. The second week, we talked about the what did we talk about the second week? This week has been about knowing yourself. Last week was about, oh man, I gotta go back. Hold on. What was last week about? This week was talked about success, turning dreams into reality. Oh, we talked about vision. Yeah, I kind of snuck that in there. We've been talking about vision. Turning your dreams into realities and the process that it takes. And so now we actually getting into the weeds of it. We're getting into that deep work right now. So I'm going to ask you the question of the day. What do you see? What do you see? Do you have sight? Do you have vision? Or do you have perception? Because I know most of you are feeling you should be doing better. You should be in a better place. You just know something is off. You keep making these same mistakes, attracting these same people, attracting the same opportunities, and none of them are serving you the way that you want to be served. You're hanging around people that are jealous of you. They're trying to pull you back into the matrix and you're trying to get free. I was there for so many years. I know what you're feeling. I understand it. And so what I'm telling you today is the first thing we need to have is not just sight, but we need to start having vision. We need to start seeing the possibilities, seeing the future that we want, seeing the things that we want and that we need to have in our life. Because right now, most of us, we're working just for the needs. I need to pay my bills. I need to provide for my children. I need a car to get to work in. I need a job that pays more. I need to buy groceries. I need. But there's this thing, this paradigm. That's the word I've been looking for. Paradigm. Our paradigm, our worldview has already been shaped by our families, our genetics, our communities. And so we see this as what it is. The people trapped in the matrix, their paradigm says that they work a regular 9 to 5, that they don't step outside, don't color outside the lines. That if you do this, this will happen. If you do that, that'll happen. Yeah, that's right. Ding. Gary said, my sight is clearing up, my vision. Hold on, he said, my sight is clearing up, my vision, so I can focus on my perspective. I love it. I like that, Gary. I like that. That's right, B. Ding, it finally hit me what the word that was been escaping me this whole time. And it's one of those words I heard TD Jakes say some years ago. He was like, he's called it a paradigm shift. And I'm just like, I wanted to say amen, but I didn't know what that word was. So I'm like, paradigm shift. But the paradigm is the way you see things. It's your overall perspective of life. When you change your perspective on the thing changes. Life, the world, it's the same. It's been the same since it was 1,000 years ago. Just the people are different. The technology is different. How we move and do things slightly different. But the concepts and the principles, they're all still the same. The laws are still the same. But somebody started to have a paradigm shift. The Wright brothers right here in North Carolina, they wanted to fly. They wanted to create something that would sustain flight, not just fall, but actually ascend and fly. People that have been trying to do it for years, but they started seeing, and then they had a perception. Oh, ding! The bell goes off. I get it. So this is why we do the gratitude. This is why we do the affirmations, because any sport, any job, anything that you do continuously, repetitively, you get better at it, right? The more better you get at it, the more better. That's not right. But anyway, the better you get at it, the more confidence you have. The more confidence you have, the more you believe. Which is why you could tell yourself a lie. Which is why I'm gonna say this again. You could tell yourself a lie for so long that you actually start believing it. You will actually start believing it. And you will tell it to somebody that knows you're lying. And they look at you like, bruh, I was there. That didn't happen. Anybody ever experienced that? You told yourself a story so long that really wasn't true, but you believed it. Sometimes it might have been denial. Sometimes it might have been inadvertent. You just told a good story. It was funny. It caught on. So you kept telling the story. Dang. Now you believe in the lie. The worst thing you can do in life is lie to yourself. That is the worst thing you can do. Because who gonna check you? Who gonna tell you lying? It ain't affecting them. They got their own struggles. They got their own thing. They ain't not gonna come over here trying to figure out why you lying about something to yourself. It's your bag. That's on you. And so part of the whole visioning process is envisioning. And so to envision, that is to imagine a future possibility. So when people are creating vision boards, when people are going out and they're people watching or they're just window shopping, they're getting the image of these things that they want in their mind. The worst thing you can do, though, is look at the price tags, especially if you like expensive things. If you look at that price tag, it might shake you for a few minutes. You might just be like, I'm never going to get that. It costs too much money. Don't look at the price tag when you're doing these things, when you're doing these activities. Just focus on what you want. I like that. I like that. And the more you say I like it, sooner or later you're going to be like, you know what? I can get one of those. Huh. Who make those? Okay. And then guess what? Now you'll start seeing them around. You start seeing them around. Now you starting to vibrate on that frequency of that thing. Everything has a level, a frequency. I, I I've been in video production, radio, TV for a very long time. And the one thing that I learned, everything has a frequency. My cell phone number is a frequency. My Apple ID is a frequency. My IP address is a frequency. That's why everybody can have one, because there's infinite number of numbers. But if I want to call my wife, but I call my son's phone, I didn't dial the right frequency. So if I want a Bentley or I want a beach house, if I don't get to that frequency, if I don't vibrate at that level, I'm never going to get one. And I know that sounds a little woo, but think about this. How many times have you thought about, why do I keep attracting this same bad kind of person? But then you meet somebody else, they look totally different. 6 months later, they the same bad kind of person. Same type of person. They just had on a different outfit. But when you change your mind, when you change what you see and you vibrate at a higher level, you open the door for the other possibilities. When I met my wife, I met 10, 15 other women in the same week. Hell, that same year. I met 15, 20 women that year. Why did I choose my wife? Because we vibrated at the same frequency. Now, it didn't happen overnight. We didn't get married in 5 months. We didn't get married, and it took us 5 years to actually get married. She was not happy about that. But I was so tired of making wrong choices. So I decided I need to make sure within myself, I need to make sure I'm operating at a level that's so high she can stick with me. You see, I put it on me to change my perception. It was never about her. It was my perception of me. Yep, slow. I'm the slow. I got the turtle in the sad face this morning. But it was my perception that I knew I needed to change, because she was who she was. I was who I was, but I wasn't happy with me. So I kept attracting people just like me. You see, when my image of myself changed, when I was able to envision a better life, my vibration went higher. My frequency changed, and now I am attracting people on that frequency. Y'all not gonna say amen, but I'm gonna drop a bomb on that one. That was good talk right there. Matter of fact, I'm past collection plate. What? Oh, I ain't in church right now. That was good stuff. If you caught that, if you didn't just glaze over what I just said, that was the key to fixing 90% of the things that are not going right in your life. It starts with you. Birds of a feather flock together. That's an old saying. You only attract what you are. That's an old saying. These old sayings, they may be old, but they're still accurate. They're so accurate because the game don't change. The players do. Every year, a new generation, a new crop of people are coming into this space, coming into this world. However, they come in with the same insecurities. They fall into the same pitfalls and matrices. I think that's the right way to say it. And it's just a repeating cycle over and over again. Well, I'm Morpheus and I'm looking for the one. I'm looking for the one who's going to say, enough is enough. I'm going to change how I see things. I'm going to change my perception. I'm going to have some vision instead of just sight. I am the one. I am the one affirmation, which is why we do the affirmations. Because it's more than just positive self-talk, ladies and gentlemen. This is about feeling it. This is about the envisioning of it. Not just seeing it, but actually resonating on that level, on that frequency. Getting not just the good vibes, not just the positive self-talk, but the becoming, the awakening of the true self, the true you, the person that you always have wanted to be. Now, there's a lot of people that are walking around asleep. They're trapped in this matrix, and they don't want to wake up. Remember Siler, the guy in the Matrix movie who partnered with the machines to betray Neo and Morpheus and Trinity and all of them? He wanted to be plugged back into the Matrix in an important position. The craziest thing is he knew that he couldn't be plugged back in. He was just tired of living in reality. He wanted to go back to La La Land. And I know so many of us are tired of our realities. And so we drown ourselves in food and drink and smoke and activities and stuff to get away from who we really are on the inside. But it starts inside and comes out. I'm going to say it 1,000 times. First inside, first within, then without. We got to fix the person that's on the inside of us, that spirit person. Because this flesh is never going to be perfect. The moment you think you got it figured out, here comes life. Then you got some pot belly and some love handles. There's a few more gray strings. I just lost a little bit of my hairline. Oh no, my boobs are sagging. Oh no, my butt is hanging a little lower. What's up falls down. What's dark turns gray. That's this body. But the spirit, spirit doesn't age. Spirit just thrives and pushes you to all levels of success, no matter what the outside looks like. Just think about it. Think about the person that when you first met them, they were not attractive at all. Matter of fact, they might have been ugly. Might have been woo. But the longer you got to know them, the longer you saw who they were, you didn't see their looks quite as much anymore. You start to see them. And that's what I want for you. That's what I want for this channel. I want this channel to be a conduit for that kind of energy. Because when people are whole, when people fully value themselves, they make better decisions. They make more money. They raise better children. We create better communities. So that's the hope. That's the goal. All right. So what's our call to action for today? Free your mind. Free your mind. That is our call to action for today. Now let's meditate on that for a few minutes. Let's get into these affirmations. And we're going to talk about freeing the mind. So affirmations, and then we'll close this thing out, man. I know you got a busy Thursday to get to, just like I do. So remember, I am. I am more than enough. My mind is free. My heart is free. I am supposed to be all that I can be. No chains, no limits. I am the head and not the tail. I am above and not beneath. I am the one envisioned by my ancestors. I am the one that's going to break the generational curses in my family. I am the one that's going to realize all their dreams. I am happy and excited that I've been able to turn my yearly income into my monthly income. I am happy and excited to travel the world and meet interesting people, to be a highly sought after speaker, to leave a multi-million-dollar legacy for my children. I am happy and excited to own multiple homes, properties, to be a role model, not just for my family, but my family's family, my friends, the world. I am happy and excited that I can impact tens of thousands of families every year. I am more than enough. I am me. And I'm happy that I'm me. Because there's not another. There never has been or never will be. I am an original. The one, the only. And I am excited that I get to walk out this experience, this journey. I am more than enough, and I am worthy. I want to give myself some snaps or something right there. Man, I'm telling you, this gratitude, these affirmations, these are the keys that's going to begin to free your mind. The more you say them, the more you do them. As a matter of fact, I was talking to my wife yesterday, and I'm thinking it might be a good idea to just send you guys out some affirmation journals, some gratitude journals, so you can start really writing down those things so you can see them, so you can envision them and see the possibilities that you are worthy of having it all. Because I know for some of us, we've been told that we would never amount to nothing. We're going to be just like this person, just like that person. And we felt that self-doubt within our own body sometime. I'm not good enough. But yes, you are. Who's the standard? You are. You're the standard for you. And you get to choose where you vibrate. If the only thing you want in life is to have a one-bedroom apartment with a Lamborghini parked out front, who's to tell you that that's foolish? If you want a big RV and you just want to travel the countryside and work from your RV, who's to tell you that you're crazy? Nobody. They don't matter. Their constructs don't matter because you have your own. Matter of fact, you're about to break the constructs and you're about to be free. So freeing your mind is the one thing we need to start to truly realize those dreams. And this is where fear comes in. Because the moment you go to free your mind, the moment you start speaking affirmations and having these positive vibes resonating off of you, just like when Neo woke up, the machines started, they want to kill him before he woke up. But you're going to have the same thing that's going to happen to you. But it's going to come in the form of fear, naysayers, and self-doubt. Fear, naysayers, and self-doubt. Those are the forms that it's going to come in. So I'm trying to prepare you for it now. So when you see it, you can be like, haha, I'm going the other way. I'm going the other way. Well, ladies and gentlemen, here comes the test because we're out of time. Now we're going to see if I truly understand what my audio levels look like. So y'all ready? Okay, I gotta go in my matrix mode again for this one. I'm gonna press the button and let's see what happens. All right. This is when it's up. Now I'm gonna turn it down. So, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for being here. I'm glad you were able to share another morning motivation with me. I'm your host, Jamon, and this has been an amazing journey, an amazing story. I'm getting the hearts. That means I got it right. Y'all hear me over the music? Okay. I do my own sound effects too. That's right. We're building it as we are flying it, ladies and gentlemen. We're building it as we are flying it. As I'm getting better maneuvering this whole YouTube live stream space, I'm getting better in my life. But I know you are as well. Because it's almost impossible to be here every morning and not get some takeaways that you're starting to notice some things. Either you're starting to be more positive as you walk around, or people are starting to say, hey, you look different today. What's going on? Oh man, people are enjoying being around you even more. Because now you have a more pleasing disposition. You might even be getting a little bit of pushback because you're trying to help other people break their construct, come out of their own matrix. Either way, you should be getting something, feeling some kind of results right now. We're 2 weeks in. Tomorrow is week 2. 2 full weeks. 2 full weeks. And I'll be honest with you, if you guys weren't here supporting me, if you weren't here supporting me, I'm not sure I could keep doing it. Because it's hard talking into a camera, talking into a blank space, and there's nobody to say, do this, fix that, tweak that, great job. Because what we do, it needs to feel like it matters. This is how I get my warm and my fuzzy feelings. This is my gift to the world, because this was my gift from God, from my parents, from the genetics that were given to me. This is my purpose on the planet, is to give. So I'm happy to do it, but I'm so appreciative for you. So, shout out. You know how we do it. Shout out to Bobbyette. Gotta give you that love first today, because I tell you, woo, you've been with me through a lot of stuff, baby. You've seen me through. You've watched me grow and watched me evolve. And I'm so proud of you, because I've seen you evolve and grow as well. We're doing it together. Craig G, bruh, goes without saying. You him, bruh. You him. Brick by brick. Hey, thank you so much, brother. You always encouraging me, telling me to keep going. You don't know what that means to me, man. I promise you don't. And that chick, yo, hey. Woo, I feel like you my cousin. You guys have been awesome, man. I done went on through the music, but I'm feeling good. I just want to give the praise and the respect to where it's due. And I don't want to miss anybody. I really don't. But Kaylisha, happy birthday one more time, girl. Little sis, I'm proud of you. It matters, Jay Morpheus. I appreciate it. Thank you so much. All right, ladies and gentlemen, Thursday, I got work to do. I know you do too, so I'm going to go ahead and get up out of here. You guys be blessed. I'll see you tomorrow. We'll close out this week about knowing thyself. Next week, I got another whole week of stuff lined up, so I'm excited. So let's go.